Hello everybody. So in this video I'll show you several different Halbach arrays that focus the field stronger on one side, and what's special about these is that they focus the field on one side but with just one single pole on one side. So for those of you who don't know what a Halbach array is, it is basically just a magnet configuration that focuses the field stronger on one side than on the other. And the most common one are these circular arrangements, or you can also have them in a linear configuration. And what's usually done is you just orient the magnets in an alternating pattern so you get a stronger field on one side. I'll just show you this quickly with my magnetic viewing film, and as you can already see, on the lower side the field extends out much further and is also stronger than on the upper side. And what you can see here with this kind of configuration underneath the field viewer, we have multiple poles. And that's something I didn't want for my configurations that I have here. So I'll just show you quickly this one. We have just one strong pole on one side, and on the other side, whoops, as you can see, the pole doesn't extend out very far. And let me go into detail first with this bell-shaped magnet array. So basically we have all the poles facing to the center with the same polarity, and what I've done with this array, I've also additionally added in the center here a disc magnet, as you can see, and this makes it that the field extends out here even further. I will also show you this with the magnetic viewing film, and you will also get some footage with the ferrocell, since I now have one. So yeah, you basically get footage with the ferrocell and also with the magnetic viewing film this time. And as you can already see, the field extends out quite far and strong. And what's really interesting and special with this array is that if you insert this disc magnet here at the top, this alters the field on the top here in a very, let's say, strange way. So you can already see like the field here on the top is almost cut off in a straight line. Hope you can see that quite well on camera. And this is a really interesting phenomenon, because if you take the same array without the magnet inside, you would think the field is probably weaker here since we have a magnet missing here. But what actually happens, field extends out further and is stronger up here. Let me quickly show you the comparison here. You see that? So the field is actually more confined here at the top portion. And another interesting fact is, with this array, when you just take a stack of these disc magnets and insert them so that they're as opposing like this, I will just do this one time on camera because it could hurt the magnets. But what it's doing is, if I insert it in here, they will be accelerated out on the other side really strongly. So I've tried it, the magnets will shoot for 3 or 4 meters wide. And yeah, of course, to push them in, it requires some force. I will do it now, let go of it, and you probably heard it. It smashed really violently against the table, and you can imagine they will shoot out really far from here. So yeah, this is a really interesting magnet configuration, and basically it's not a Halbach configuration in the classical sense where you have the poles arranged in alternating patterns. Here all the poles are facing in the same direction. Also with this one, it's also facing in the same direction. Let's say on the inside they're also all south pole, and also this one here is also south pole facing to the center, and that's why the field is extending here really far out. The same also goes for these bowl-shaped magnet arrays that I've showed you in the past. It's basically the same principle. All of these magnets are facing in the same direction, including the center one, and that is why the field is extending out really far and strong on this side and really not that far on this side. But I've shown you these arrays in more detail in previous videos. So what I'm going to show you next is this array. This is also just a circular magnet array with 8 pieces of these 8mm cube magnets. All of them are facing south pole to the center, and with one large disk magnet here in the center. Also this side is south pole. And interestingly, of course, also as you can see, the field is extending out on this side really far, as you can see. And yeah, the orientation of the center magnet really matters. I'll show you why. Because here I have the exact same array, same configuration, except for the center magnet, it's in the opposite polarity. And what happens here is basically the same as you have seen with the other bell-shaped magnet array. When I add a center magnet, you will see the field doesn't extend out very far. And on the center portion, something really interesting happens. As you can see, this blank spot right at the center of the magnetic viewing film. So in the center here, we have no magnetic field at all. If I measure this blank spot that you see here with the Gauss meter, you can see that's the 0 point of the field, which is normally inside or in the center of the magnet, is outside of the magnet, right around here, and you can measure 0 Gauss here. And interestingly, the same thing happens with this array that I have here. This is a little bit different configuration. So as you can see, we also have here this one large disk magnet and 4 of these 8mm cube magnets, but I arranged them with a slight angle. So basically all the poles inside are facing the same pole of the disk magnet here that you see. So what I'm doing here is I'm compressing the field on this side of the magnet, and therefore it extends out further here. So yeah, we have same polarity of the magnets here with the disk magnet here. I hope you understand what I mean. It's not that difficult actually. But yeah, what you can already see, the field extends out here further than it would usually do if you have just a single disk magnet. And another really interesting phenomenon that I've seen here is if you view this field with the field viewer on top. Just a quick disclosure, the field viewer is called a color gradient magnetic viewing film, and these color gradients show the field strength of the field in color. So the darker the color, the stronger the field strength or magnetic flux density. So the black parts is where the field is the strongest. And what's interesting here at the center portion, you can see we have this blank spot. So out here we have 0 magnetic flux. And I hope I can show that on camera well so you can see it. If you look right at the corner of the magnetic viewing film, you see down here this curved white line, and on top of it there is this little blank spot. Hopefully you can see it, it's really small. This is where you have 0 magnetic flux, and also on top of here we also have this curved line. But additionally to that, we also have this larger blank spot. So basically we have the phenomenon of the 0 point right here and also up here. So we have these 2 0 Gauss zones and also 2 times a pole flip. So this white line always separates the polarity. Yeah. Also really interesting field configuration, and you might ask yourself, why am I making these kinds of arrays? The reason is simple. I use these magnet arrays, like for example this bowl-shaped magnet arrays, for magnetic healing therapy. And what you want is a single south pole that's strong and it extends far. So yeah, you can basically apply it on your body and heal yourself with that, or treat certain issues. And yeah, I tried different configurations which also extend out the field further on one side, so it reaches further into the body. And with this magnet configurations, you can get a field strength of 25 Gauss at a distance of 7 centimeters, which is actually quite far for such a small magnet array. And also the field extends out in this direction quite far, which is needed if you want to treat a decent area of your body with just a small magnet array. And of course this bell-shaped magnet array was just experimental for me. I just wanted to see how the field behaves, and yeah, you can use it as a kind of accelerator for magnets, and it in itself is, I think, a really interesting magnet configuration. So if you're interested in these bowl-shaped magnet arrays, you can find them in my shop. Link is in the video description. And I hope you enjoyed some of the things that I could show you in this video and the magnet arrays. Yeah, thanks for watching. Have a nice day and goodbye.